Hey, I'm Isaiah Tripp here with Tripp Talk, and I've got a quick message for you. I actually wanted to make this video today because I get a lot of people all the time that tell me that they're proud of me, and I appreciate it. They always tell me that they're proud of me, that I'm so young and I'm doing well. And by young, I mean I'm 25, guys, if you don't know. But a lot of people tell me all the time that, hey, Isaiah, you're young, you're doing well, you're in the state of Texas, a place that's not even your hometown, and you have a lot to look forward to. And I just want to first say that I'm appreciative of that. But I want to also say that today I'm here to kind of give you guys some insight on how I'm able to do what I do essentially, how I was able to go from college graduation to living on my own, to calling my own shots, to buying cars, or whatever the case may be, and kind of doing my own thing. And so I want to share insights with you guys today. Today's message is going to be geared towards the younger generation because this is a big part of what helped me get off to a great start in my life. And so today I'm going to be really talking to the younger generation. I'm talking middle school kids and high school kids and college kids. Not saying that parents out there can't watch, because this video may help out your son or daughter as well. But today I really want to touch you guys because had I had this information a little bit earlier, or had I taken advantage of this information a little bit earlier, I feel like I would be in an even better position than I am now. And not saying that I regret anything, but I'm just saying this message is for you guys. So if you're out there listening, definitely take this information and try to use it as early as you possibly can, because this is something that helped me get off to a great start, which is why I want to share it with you guys. But anyway, going forward, getting into the message, today I wanted to just simply tell you guys to invest in yourself as early as you possibly can. Put money aside as early as you possibly can. If you don't have much experience with investing at this point, and you don't have to rush investing, you can sit that money aside so that you can invest it at a later date. But what you want to do is invest in yourself as early as possible and put money aside as early as possible. Now, the reason I say as early as possible is because generally when you're young, when you're in middle school, high school, or whatever the case may be, you don't have no overhead. You don't have any bills. You don't have anybody that you owe. You don't have anything to pay. And so it is in those times where it is the easiest, where it will be the easiest in your life to save money. Times like now where I'm older and I have a son, yes, I'm still blessed and I can put money back in months and everything like that, but it is much harder. Trust me, it is much harder for me to save and put money aside now that I'm older than it was when I was younger in high school and middle school. And I know you guys get what I'm saying. So invest in as early as possible because you have no bills when you're younger. That's one thing. Another thing to consider is that when you start putting back money when you're really, really young, like middle school or high school, even elementary school, when you start putting back money that young, you can make it a stressless process to put money aside and to invest money, simply because you have a long period of time to do so. And so if you, let's say if you start in elementary school and you put in $5 a month back, or $10 a month, or $50 a month back, and putting it to the side for a later date, it just grows with time. And again, it's just a stressless process. You don't have to feel like you have to put one big lump sum in a savings account, because you're going to be working on that savings account for 10s and 20 years to come before it's time for you to get out into the real world. And that really leads me into my next point. The next reason why it's so important to invest and put money aside so early is that because most people don't realize this, but the future is going to be here before you know it. Especially if you're in high school or college, the future is right around the corner for you. And when I say the future, that means living on your own, calling your own shots, doing your own thing, raising your own family, or whatever the case may be. So for a lot of you younger kids, the future is right around the corner. And so the future is going to be here at some point anyway. Why not prepare for it? Because if God willing, if God allows you to make it to the future, what are you going to have when you're in the future? Are you going to have money that you set aside, or are you going to have investments that you set aside, or are you going to have nothing and work from the ground floor and try to get up and then maybe add a kid or two in the mix, or whatever the case may be? Now it's really hard for you to save money and you started with nothing. And so the key to it is don't start with nothing. And the way you can not start with nothing is invest as early as you possibly can, or put money aside as early as you possibly can. And keep in mind, guys, I know it's you younger kids out there wanting to buy tennis shoes and Jordans and game consoles and iPhones and all the time. I know you guys want to go out there and buy that stuff, and I'm not saying don't buy that stuff, but what I'm saying is, instead of buying 2 pair of shoes, why not buy one and save the other $150 to $250 and just put that money aside for your future? Instead of buying, you know, the latest and greatest PlayStation or iPhone, why don't you get the one that's 1 year back and then save a few extra dollars and put that money aside? And I'm not trying to tell you guys how to live your life, but I'm saying that always be future focused. Keep in mind that the future is going to be here at some point. And when that point arrives, what will you have? What will you have to start with? What will you have to get you off to a good start? Or will you have to ask people for this? Or will you have to start from ground zero and make your life that much harder? Even with the older generation, with investing in 401k, people don't understand this. You can make that a stressless process if you get started early, kind of like at my age, 25. If I start early investing in a 401k, I don't have to put that much money in a month because I'm giving myself a lot more time. I'm going to have to invest more monthly if I start my 401k at 35 than if I started at 25 because I'm starting late. I'm getting started late. And so what you want to understand when you're younger is that you want to invest in yourself as early as you possibly can and put money aside as early as you possibly can, because doing that will set yourself up greatly for your future. And again, it's easy to save money when you're younger. You get money for your birthday, you get money for Christmas, you get money for chores, you get money for allowance. I mean, put some of that money aside for your future because the future will be here at some point. And the third thing really is that you can set yourself apart from your peers at a very early age. Everybody's going to be buying tennis shoes. Everybody's going to be doing that stuff. And trust me, you don't have to have the latest and greatest. There's always going to be somebody out there that has more. Now, again, I'm not saying that you can't go out and buy tennis shoes and go out and have the latest Jordans and be cool with your friends. But in the midst of that, always keep in mind that you need to put some money back too and prepare for your future, because when that future comes, you don't want to be panicking, looking up like, hey, I don't have no money saved up. I'm starting from ground zero. Ain't nobody trying to help me, or whatever the case may be. You could help yourself starting in elementary school or middle school just by putting a little bit of money aside and keeping and maybe even starting maybe some businesses in middle school, maybe a little candy business or whatever. I mean, just different stuff. Think of different stuff of how you can put money away and put it to the side and then save it for your future, because when it's time to move out the house, you're going to be ready to do so. You're going to be ready to move out and you're going to be ready to do whatever you got to do for yourself and for your families. And really that's what it's all about. So I thank you guys for watching today. I'm Isaiah Tripp here with Tripp Talk, and definitely comment if you have any thoughts to share. I definitely encourage you to like this video and also click that subscribe button and the notification button so you can see when we also drop other videos. But for now, I thank you guys for watching this one. I hope it definitely help out a lot of kids in that younger generation, and hopefully somebody really grasps this concept and somebody really take it to heart and use it, because trust me, it will help out and benefit you in your future. So I thank you once again. I'm Isaiah Tripp. It's Tripp Talk.